after dumb bombs. Bunker busters. Drones. Missiles. And white phosphorus artillery shells. Israel is set to use what it calls doomsday weapons to take down countries and armed groups aligned with its arch-enemy Iran. Is the doomsday clock ticking for the Middle East? As the war rhetoric between Israel and several Middle Eastern armed groups, which are part of the Iran-led axis of resistance, intensifies amid the deadly conflict in Gaza, Tel Aviv has decided to up the ante with a new threat. On June 29th, Yair Katz, who is the chairman of the Israel Aerospace Industries Workers' Council, made a statement warning that Israel has the capability to use a weapon that could pose an existential threat not just to the groups or countries it is fighting, but the entire Middle East. Katz said, "If we understand that there is an existential danger here, and that Iran, Yemen, Syria, Iraq, and all the countries of the Middle East decide that it is time to settle against us, I understand that we have the capabilities to use doomsday weapons." Katz also emphasized that the Americans, the British, and the Germans were helping Israel with intelligence on moves that may endanger the country. On the same day, Lebanon's Prime Minister Najib Mikati declared a state of war. While examining the Lebanese Army Operations Center in the southern city of Tyre, Mikati said, "We are always advocates of peace, and our choice is the choice of peace. It is incumbent upon Israel to cease its repeated attacks on Lebanon and halt the war in Gaza. The resistance is doing its duty, and the Lebanese government is doing its duty. We are in a state of war, and there have been a large number of martyrs among civilians and non-civilians, and many villages have been destroyed due to Israeli aggression." The warnings from Israel and Lebanon came a day after Iran cautioned Israel that an all-out attack on Beirut could trigger an obliterating war against Tel Aviv. Referring to the rising tensions between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah, the Islamic Republic of Iran's envoy to the United Nations on June 28th wrote a post on X saying, "Albeit Iran deems as psychological warfare the Zionist regime's propaganda about intending to attack Lebanon, should it embark on full-scale military aggression, an obliterating war will ensue. All options, including the full involvement of all resistance fronts, are on the table." Israel's Foreign Minister Yair Katz responded to Iran on X by writing, "Iran threatens today to destroy Israel if Israel fully responds to Hezbollah attacks from Lebanon. My response to Iran is clear. First, if Hezbollah does not cease its fire and withdraw from southern Lebanon, we will act against it with full force until security is restored and residents can return to their homes. Second, a regime that threatens destruction deserves to be destroyed." Iran's threat came after the Israeli military on June 19th said it had approved an operational plan for an offensive in Lebanon.
אנחנו משלימים את המוכנות היבשתית, האווירית, מחזקים את מערכי המודיעין ונערכים לכל אפשרות. צריך לזכור את המצב הבסיסי. המצב הוא שחיזבאללה פתח נגדנו במלחמה, גם אם מוגבלת, ב8 באוקטובר, יום אחרי חמאס, ומאז הוא לא עצר אותה. ובמובן הזה יש לנו חובה לשנות את המצב בצפון ולהחזיר את האזרחים בביטחון לביתם, ואנחנו נמצא את הדרך על מנת לעשות את הפעולה הזאת, כי כשאני מסתכל על האזרחים ואני פוגש אותם, גם את הנציגים שלהם וגם את האנשים, יש להם ציפייה, ואני חושב שהציפייה הזאת היא מוצדקת ואנחנו נצטרך ליישם אותה.
Without specifying which weapon it refers to, and using a rather obscure term to define it, Tel Aviv leaves much to the imagination of those it is warning. Many believe it to mean a nuclear warhead which Israel possesses. Meanwhile, the statement by Yair Katz isn't the first time Israel has threatened its enemies with the use of what it calls the Doomsday weapon. Revital Tali Gottlieb, a member of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's Likud party and a member of the Knesset or parliament, called on Israel Defense Forces to use a doomsday weapon against Gaza. In a tweet posted on October 9th, 2 days after Hamas attacked southern Israel, Gottlieb wrote in reference to missiles within Israel's arsenal, Jericho missile. Jericho missile, strategic alert. Before considering the introduction of forces, doomsday weapon. This is my opinion. May God preserve all our strength. The Jericho Gotilv was referring to is a general designation given to a loosely related family of ballistic missiles developed by Israel since the 1960s. And all of the Jericho missiles are reportedly understood to be at least nuclear capable, part of Israel's unacknowledged but widely known strategic nuclear arsenal. The Jericho one, which was retired in the 1990s, had a weight of 6.5 tons, a length of 13.4 meters, and a diameter of 0.8 meters. It had a range of 500 kilometers and could carry a 1,000 kilogram payload, though it had a 50% chance of hitting within a 1,000 meter radius of its target. Israel later developed the Jericho 2, a longer-range missile in the late 1980s with a length of 15 meters and a diameter of 1.35 meters, while maintaining the same payload capacity. It had a range between 1,500 and 3,500 kilometers. The Jericho 3, an intermediate-range system, featured improvements over the previous models, with a longer length than Jericho 2 and a larger diameter of 1.56 meters. Its single warhead weighed approximately 750 kilograms and had a range of 4,800 to 6,500 kilometers. The payload capacity extended to about 1,300 kilograms. It is not yet clear if the Jericho missile system has been deployed by Israel during its devastating war on Gaza. But the warning from a high-ranking Israeli official on the possible future use of the doomsday weapon, amid escalation between Tel Aviv and other Middle Eastern countries, has set off alarm bells, not just in the region but across the world.